Here we go. Anyone remembers on that the Dark Knight DVD when you went to play that, when you go to hit play on the actual movie, it was Heath Ledger as the Joker saying, "And here we go." Anyway, I just do that before a lot of my streams. Now you know. Anyway, guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve, OMI, Definity, Earth 2 update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say, where's Dashie? Dashie is currently in New York, where I might be next week after everything goes well. Let's hope. So, hope everyone had some time off with Memorial Day. Speaking of memorials, it has been 8 years since the passing of a global legend. And before I get into any of that stuff, I do want to read off a passage that I wrote for our dearest Harambe on 2016. Fate has ordained that the beloved Harambe, who had lived his life in peace, will rest in peace for all eternity. The brave soul in heaven knows that there's no way to rectify the mistake that was made 8 years ago on this day, but he also knows that there is hope for ape kind in his sacrifice. He laid down his life for planet Earth's most noble goal, symbiotic relationships with all species amongst the planet. He's mourned by his friends and family. He's mourned by the nation. He's mourned by the world. He's mourned by a Mother Earth who weeps at the loss of her favorite son. In his life, he taught the people of the world to view things in a different way, to feel as one. In his sacrifice, he binds more. Puppy, I know. In his sacrifice, he binds more tightly the brotherhood of the good of humanity. In the books of old, humanity looked to beings of amazement, and in them they saw heroes: Hercules, Thor, Hera. In modern times, we do much the same, but our hero now is an epic ape of flesh and blood. Others will be born and live out their lives in peace. Ape life will not be denied. Harambe may not have been the first, and he wasn't the last, but he will remain the foremost in our hearts. For every human and ape that forges new friendships with one another in the years to come, they will know that, in another time, Harambe's relationship with all of us is forever sacred. Rest in peace, Harambe. We love you. Anywho, no, that is not Harambe calling out from the dead. That is my friend's doggo. We call him Ralphie. Ralphie likes to howl for no good reason. Come here. Yeah, I know. You just want to be cuddled. Okay, there you go. Back the foot. Okay, all right. But yeah, let's go over. We have a bunch of stuff to go over today. All right, what is first off on this list? First off, I guess it should be Definity. I had a couple people go and say, like, Randy, you're is it over? Are you no longer, are you out of Veve? Are you out of OMI? Is this why you're just posting about Definity? Guys, I've done like 10 lives the last like 7 or 8 days. I'll be live again tomorrow. I'm live here right now. I don't think I'll ever be out of OMI and Veve. That's just another. Again, I've always been very open with what I'm doing, with what I'm buying, what I'm selling. And yes, I was one of the top, I guess not top sellers. I was one of the top people this week that had moved down on the top 500 list. And again, we'll get to that, and we'll get to the reasons why. Also, I see the comments. Be advised, I will get to every comment eventually. I will be talking for like a half hour because there's a ton of news to go over, maybe 35, 40 minutes. If you don't have that long and just be like, Travis, I don't have that long, time is precious. Just give me a $2 super chat. I'll get to your comment right away, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, let's go over some of the Definity stuff, just because that's what I've been doing here. Okay, they were on Fireblock, so this is from Shalfern over on X saying, get ready to rocket to Walhalla with Definity. Here's why it will soon be the talk of the crypto town. So micro market cap alert with a market cap under 8 million. It was 5 million at the time of this posting, but it's almost 8 million now. And a fully diluted value just shy of again, right now, 8 million. Definity is the hidden gem you've been searching for. Custody-free trading haven. This isn't just any trading platform. It's a venue where institutional, fiat, and digital assets are safeguarded by top-tier banks and custody providers. They trade with peace of mind. No VCs, no worries. Forget about venture capitalists raining on your parade. With Definity, You're not just an early bird, you're practically a founding member status. It's $1 billion business backbone. DMA Link is no small fry. It's a behemoth with over 1 billion in daily transactions. That's billion with a B. Institutional Stampede, we're talking about 40 plus institutions and 16 banks that have already joined the Definity network ecosystem. This is where the big players play. Exclusive credit lines. Institutions are lining up from the credit line from a European mega bank with a $1.5 trillion balance sheet and a AA- credit rating. This is a crypto platform at its best. This is a crypto platform first. Buy back and burn. Definity isn't just sitting pretty. Definity actively buys back and burns from the group's entire revenue. Talk about commitment. Trade and save. Institutions will snag Definity on the market for a sweet 20% trading discount. Who doesn't love a good deal? AI-powered predictions. The ecosystem boasts a groundbreaking AI tool for crypto volatility prediction, trusted by institutions for top-notch risk management and trading strategies. Don't miss out on the Definity ascent to greatness. Now, you might have seen one of my podcasts recently, the last couple months, with Manu Chowdhury. He is the co-founder and CEO of Definity Markets, which has the DEFX token. Now, if you take a look at the DEFX token, you're going to go and say, like, okay, Chavez, what is all this about? Well, it's up about 17% on the day and was up over, 25% yesterday. So over the last 7 days, it's up about 42%. Over the last 2 weeks, it's up about 69%. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. And it's up 374% for the year. Oh, actually, it has a little bit more now. It's got 8.7 million market cap and $86,000 trading volume for the day. So again, this is really, really low trading volume. It's got less than half or maybe a third of what OMI has. Oh my God, puppy, I know. Everyone loves you. Sorry about that, guys. I have a lot of Definity. I won't exactly say where, but I'm in the top 20 wallets of Definity. It's like, well, Chavez, if you're in the top 20 wallets, well, where can you go and take a look at that? You can go and take a look at that at definitymarkets.com and look at the whale tracker. And the whale tracker shows the address. It shows which ones are Definity owned. It shows all that. It wasn't until after I had gotten Manu Chowdhury on the podcast where I decided, okay, this doesn't just check off all the boxes for things that are disruptive. They solve a problem that's insane and hilariously undervalued. But I went and I decided, okay, after making sure that this guy was as intelligent as it looked like he was, I decided to put in a ton of money. Now that happens to go not just with my funds, but some funds that I'm in charge of. I can't really talk too much about that. Bill Garter, thank you for the super chat saying, Harambe, we hear you. Yes, that Harambe coming out from the depths of space. We love him. Anyway, so that's why I've been posting about Definity a lot, is because I have a ton of it. I super believe in it. It's, again, $8.5 million market cap. But let's get to something else. Now, obviously, you know me, the same old G, but I've been low key. Sorry, that's Eminem. You know me, I'm one of the most proud OMI holders probably in the world. Am I a top OMI holder? No, people that are top OMI holders are in the billions, and I have like 186 million. I will get up to 200, 230, maybe even 250 in the next couple months. Now, OMI right now, not really doing too great. It's up about 0.6% on the day, but it is 005686. Now you have a bunch of people that are going in and they are, yes, Definity is fully doxed. You have a bunch of people that are going in and they've been trash talking it for years just because a lot of people don't understand cycles. A lot of people, they kind of buy into the hype because human psychology, as I mentioned yesterday on Around the Ecomi Verse, it stems from a deep, deep rooted issue that humans have. Humans back in the day when we were Neanderthals or Homo erectus, whatever we were, I forget the actual species name, but we had this thing with tribe mentality where if someone in our tribe were to get sick and Ralph up their lunch, everyone else in the tribe would do the same. Well, why? Well, it's because, well, that person clearly ate something that's making them sick. Let us all Ralph up our lunch so that we don't all suffer the same fate that this person has. I was like, okay, Chavez, what does that mean? Okay, well, that trait got passed down. That's why you have sympathetic vomiters. And that's also why you have mob mentality and you have people that suffer from mass hysteria. It's because people go and they take a look at what's happening and they say, okay, this is what's happening. This is what we should do. it happens in both ways. It happens in a buyer's market where you have people selling. And again, in that buyer's market, the reason why I called it that is because there's so many people selling that the prices are really juicy. The prices are really good. It's a great time to get in. So you've had a bunch of people selling. And what does that mean? That means that everybody else, oh, they're selling, they're selling, they're selling. And that means I should sell too. But it happens with a seller's market as well. It happens when there are a bunch of green candles. Oh, you're getting in? Oh, you're getting in? I heard from my friend. I've heard from 3 different people that they're in. That means I should get in after it's already done a 10x. Now, we go back to Definity. I've been buying Definity since it was like 2.4 cents. It's more than double that. It's about 5.1 cents right now. But for OMI, it's kind of the opposite. I've been buying since 007, 008. Now it's down to 00056. It's like, okay, well, Chavez, that doesn't sound really good. Well, if you were planning to sell and you needed the money, no, it's not good. But it's really good if you decided, hey, let's go in and buy some things that I was buying at 007. So I really love it at 0056. Now, obviously, if you go and take a look at the whether it's short term or long term, it was a long term thing for me. Now it's turned to a little bit short term. The short term has just been, okay, I'm not going to hold this for 8 years. Most of it, some of it I will. But because crypto goes in cycles of about 4 years, I'll be looking to sell this in the next 12 to 18 months, wherever the top is. And wherever the top is, it really just depends. That's going to depend on what the bias is at the time. Are people saying it's going to go up forever? Or are people saying that it's going to be a something that, okay, it's a sucker's rally? As soon as I hear people going and saying like, oh, it can't lose, going up forever, and they're putting in $100,000 at 10 cents, but okay, that might be the time to sell. But again, it's just my opinion. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Be advised, I am a financial advisor, but I'm not to you guys. There's got to be a form of payment, and there's got to be other stuff going on there. Anywho, OMI, why I might sell a little bit of OMI for Earth 2's essence, or I might sell a little bit of Earth 2's essence for OMI. It depends what happens. Now, right now, OMI doesn't have a really big use case. Now, it does have a use case, but it's not really, the use cases that it has aren't really what people are looking for. The use cases that it have is, okay, you can stake it or hold it in your Veve wallet, and you'll get more MCP points for it. For anyone outside of the Veve family, they will have no idea what that means, and they are not going to care about that because it doesn't really make the money. They're MCP points that you can only use in the Veve app. So if people are going and they're saying, hey, you know what, I just want this for an investment, they're not going to care about that use case, which is fine. However, if they were looking again for any type of residual income, this might pique their interest. They might go and say, okay, well, what do you mean by residual income? Things that you get time and time again just for holding it there. It's like having a stock with dividends, because once per quarter, Ecomi has an agreement with Veve saying, hey, Veve, if people have 10 million OMI in their app, in the Veve app, we're going to give them an airdrop. Can you do that for us? Veve says, okay, sure, no problem. And okay, what are the airdrops worth? Well, we got 3 airdrops this past quarter. One of them is worth about $4. One of them is worth about $12. And the other is worth about $1,600. Like, okay, well, how much to get 10 million OMI on there? Right now, it's about $570 per a million. So about 5,700, a little bit less than $6,000 to get that. Okay, well, I have that on there, but I'm getting about $1,600 worth of stuff per quarter. And that's for the first quarter. It could be lower or it could be higher, as the quarters go on, depending on what you get. We're not sure yet. Now for that, it's like, okay, well, you can get a little bit of that, and maybe after X amount of years, you'll make that money back. But that's not including the OMI that you have. The OMI that you have there, in my opinion, this is like the triple bottom that we've had for this token. And I mean, you have the revenues of all of the other crypto platforms or all the other NFT platforms out there pale in comparison to what Veve's done. Now, I mean, if you take a look at all the other platforms out there, when you have Hero, you have Cryptoys, you have Candy, you have a bunch of other stuff. If they were to make even 50,000 in 1 week, they would be like, oh my God, let's, sing the praises, everyone jump in. but that's not the case. They might make a couple $100,000 for the entire year, whereas Veve made $300,000 this past week. And that's par for the course for Veve. That's, nothing really special. That's something that happens fairly regularly. Again, they make millions of dollars per month. So if, in my opinion, if somebody is asking me, what is going to be one of the safest things and one of the things with the best ROI, probably going to be OMI. But again, why would I sell some of that for Earth-2's Essence? Well, Earth-2's Essence has something going on where it's a metaverse play. Now, Veve's been teasing the Veveverse for 3+ years. Hasn't happened yet. There's a lot of people going into beta, and there's more people going into beta every single quarter. But again, we haven't really seen anything outside of a teaser video that was in really, really low resolution. So again, what's been happening? What's been happening is that people say, like, hey, you had the Crypto Cam the other day saying, like, guys, can we please just announce that Veve has no intention to move forward with anything with OMI? Let us just focus on Veve, please. And then you have the Ecomi community manager, Foster Hill, saying, like, yeah, we're not in the business of lying to people just to go and pacify certain butters. So you have the Veveverse that hasn't come out yet. You have a bunch of utility that not a bunch of people really care for. The OMI to NFT will come before the end of the year. Now, it could come in the next couple of weeks, or it can come in the next couple of months. We're not sure yet. But Earth-2's Earth-2's metaverse has been out for a long time. It's the most successful Facebook ad platform in the world that's ever been had on Facebook. That marketing campaign was bananas. Thanks, BB Fan Bam. And again, I'm probably going to be going here for several more minutes. I've had a lot to drink. Seagum 7. Anyway, now Earth-2's Essence, depending on what it comes out as, if it comes out as $1 or $2, which we know from the screenshots before that was leaked, the circulating supply is only going to be, let's see what it is, 311,145,376. And again, right now we don't know what it's going to come out as. Now, I think let's go over something here real quick, because I have a chart to go over. Now, this chart is a couple months old, so you may not have this may be out of date here. Now, if we go into monthly NFT trades, Sandbox has 1,000 monthly NFT trades, and Decentraland has 210 monthly NFT trades. Pretty low. But let's take a look. Okay, that's pretty low, but what are they actually worth? What is Decentraland's mana worth, and what is Sandbox's sand worth? Well, let's take a look at mana. Decentraland's mana, which had hit about $17 billion market cap at the previous bull run, it is currently it's worth less than $1 billion, $990 million market cap, fully diluted. Now let's look at Sandbox's sand and their token. Again, they had about 19 billion market cap last quarter. They're at 1.3 billion right now, fully diluted. So together, they're about 2.2 billion. The market cap total. Now you take a look at, let's say, Veve, which has 100,000 monthly NFT trades. And then you take a look at Earth-2. Now, Earth-2, a lot of their monthly NFT trades are just not there yet. A lot of the monthly NFT trades just are pretty much nil, because a lot of their stuff aren't really on the blockchain yet. But let's take a look at some of the activity. Now, Veve, again, only having maybe about 15 to 17,000 monthly active users, has 100,000 monthly NFT trades, at least as of the making of this video and this chart. But if you take a look at Earth-2, look at all of those trades that are happening. And again, Veve has between 15 and 17,000 monthly active users, whereas Earth-2 has about 10 times that. So I think Veve and OMI is undervalued, because they're doing tens of times more volume on NFT trades than Decentraland and Sandbox. And Earth-2 is doing tens of times more volume than Veve is. Now, the monthly NFT volume, you have Decentraland, which is doing $140,000 in volume per month. Sandbox is doing $500,000 in volume per month. Whereas you have Ecomi and Veve are doing $3 million in volume per month. And again, Earth-2, they're the most successful marketing campaign that Facebook's ever had. Again, just for Metaverse. So you take a look at the monthly active wallets. Decentraland has 200 monthly active wallets. That is not a lot at all. Sandbox a little bit more at 750. So let's be super generous and round up and say instead of 950 active wallets for Decentraland Sandbox combined, let's round it up to 1,000, giving them an extra 50 out of nothing. Again, Ecomi and Veve, as of the making of this video, had 17,223 active wallets. And again, Earth 2 has about 10 times that. So if Earth 2 has let's take a look at this here. If Earth 2 has 311 million, okay, let's say it's $1. $1, it's a little bit past Veve, which is fine, but it pales in comparison to Decentraland's 900 million or Sand's $1.3 billion market cap. And that's just at $1. But again, a lot of people, like, I remember Mr. Martufi used to always say, he was my orchestra teacher. I used to play violin back in the day. Did it for 7 years. And Mark Martufi used to say, hey, whenever there's a crescendo on there, you don't just, play a little bit more aggressively. You play a lot more aggressively. You have to exaggerate it. Why? Because the audience is stupid. A lot of other people are the same way over in Web3 or first-time investors. They just don't know any better. So when you go and you say, hey, yeah, Earth 2 is coming out with their Essence token later this week, it's in the next couple of days, what's going to be happening? Well, you're going to have people that are just impatient, that they say, okay, I've put X amount of dollars into Earth 2 X amount of years ago, and now for me personally, I have 40,000 Essence tokens. Even if it's $1, that's only a $300 million market cap, which again, they're going to come with the NFT narrative, they're going to come with the metaverse narrative, and I'll tell you all the reasons why that's going to be beneficial later. But right now, at 300 million, that would put them past OMI. At $1, I might sell a little bit, even though I know that's going to probably, I don't know, 10x would be 3 billion. I think they could do 100x from that. But again, let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Let's just say they do a 10x from there, and it goes to a $30 billion market cap, or I'm sorry, a $3 billion market cap, which again, I think is relatively low compared to the amount of users that they have versus Decentraland and Sandbox. And again, the amount of Discord members. Decentraland has 6,100 Discord members, and Sandbox has 12,500. Now, Ecomi and Veve have about 13,000, but let's take a look at Earth 2 here. Let's take a look, just because I'm actually not sure how much they have. Nope, Discord is trying to get me to do something. Earth 2 is 21,555. They have almost double the amount of Sandbox and about 3.5 times the amount of Discord members as Decentraland. So again, Earth 2 is really outperforming everyone here on volume, on wallets, on Discord members, etc. So if they come out at 10 cents, because a lot of people are going to be stupid, they're going to be like, oh, I put in X amount, let's say they have 1,000 Essence, right? Or let's say they have 10,000 Essence. They're only a quarter as great as I am, that I have 40-something thousand. Say they have 10,000 Essence, and it comes out at 10 cents. It's $1,000. That could be rent. That could be part of a house payment. That could be car payment, violin lessons for your kid, whatever it is. $1,000 is $1,000. So there's going to be a lot of people that are going to have found money. And they're going to say, hey, I'm going to get into these Solana meme coins. I'm going to be getting into these base meme coins, even though they've already pumped 10x. That's what they're going to do. So there's going to be a lot of, I would say, cross trades with them over in the next week or so, or in the next couple of weeks. And if it comes out at 10 cents, because again, I'm in the top 20, lower than that, but I'll just say top 20 Definity wallet holders. I have access to a lot of money, not all of which is my own. Most of it is not my own. I will put 6 figures into the Essence token if they come out around 10 cents. Now, my own personal holdings, I'll give you guys a show here real quick. Personal holdings, if you go and take a look at the Essence, there's about 42,000. Now, out of that 42,000, if it comes out at $1, yeah, maybe I'll sell 10,000. I have $10,000. Why? Because OMI might be, at 0.0055. Again, that goal is to get 250, which I might get. And there's a bunch of other things that have not been pumping. My portfolio did really, really good today, last couple of days, mostly because of Definity. So again, let's move on here. Where were we? We have to talk about David Yu Talks MCP. So yeah, we'll talk about that real quick. Let's see where that was. Where did he go? Where'd you go? I miss you so. Okay, here it is. So there was somebody named Mike over on the Veve Facebook saying, I've been in Veve for 3 years and have 2,000 collectibles with you. I love Veve, but think there needs to be some massive improvements. The big ones I think that would help you attract a much bigger following are below. Reward the OGs like myself with monthly free drops for the top 500 accounts, for example. Now, this would benefit me because I'm in the top 500, but I think monthly free drops is probably a little bit too much to ask, maybe quarterly. But he says one-off secret rares that only went to the top 500 accounts with the most NFTs. Again, this is something that would greatly benefit me because I'm in the top 500. But I think that's a little bit too much. I would say maybe once per quarter. This guy Mike says that would encourage buying. Number 2, he says on drops, make the first 5 minutes of the drop reserved for master collectors and diamonds, for example. Again, would benefit me because I'm diamond 1 and above. 3, have Bitcoin in and out transactions. You can partner with a ton of companies that can do that, or just have a Bitcoin wallet. Then we could swap Bitcoin for gems, then sell the gems and send to our wallets. Fair point. 4, burn the NFTs when you craft NFTs. Now, for some of these we do, some of them we don't. I'm going to go and have another little drink here, so excuse me while I pour. Remember in Family Matters where someone would interrupt Steve Urkel and he would say, shh, not while I'm pouring. I miss the Family Matter days. That was when it was just a much simpler time in the 80s and 90s. Anyway, wash it down with some Canada Dry ginger ale. Number 5, make it to where we can send NFTs to private wallets so that we can have a huge market. I understand that as well. Number 6, also let us send internal like we used to be able to do, talking about transfers. I'll get into a little bit later, I'll get into why that's probably not the best idea right now. He goes on to say, this is a great post I think you would enjoy. I'm not trying to be a pain in the butt, but I have spent an insane amount of money with Veve and would love to see us succeed. Again, when you have 2,000 collectibles, you probably have put a decent amount in. I have about 1,500 collectibles and put a decent amount in. Now, David responds like, hey, Mike, thank you. I'm already working on number 1 and number 3 with some MCP elements. Now, there's more to that message, but just to reiterate, number 1 is rewarding OGs like myself with monthly free drops for the top 500 accounts. Again, one-off secret rares that only went to the top 500. Again, this would greatly benefit me, but I would say push that back to every quarter. Now, what's number 3 that he's working on as well? It's like have Bitcoin in and out transactions. Partner with a ton of companies that can do that, or have a Bitcoin wallet. Now, Veve and Ecomi have already said they have partnered with a third-party company. We're not sure who that is yet. There might be some that work for the company or friends that work for the company, but that's just not public yet. When are they going to tell us? I don't know. Again, it could be several months from now, or it could be in a couple weeks. We're not sure. For me, I would say if they didn't have that by the end of Q2, that would be an absolute failure. So we'll see what happens. And he says, as for number 2, which number 2 is saying on drops, make the first 5 minutes of drops reserved for master collectors and diamonds. So it says number 2 is a little harder as it will require some redesign and engineering, but he'll definitely take a look at it. Again, David's a big dreamer. David likes to go and say, hey, let's do this. Let's do X, Y, and Z. And a lot of times what he wants to do really can't be done just because the realities of doing X amount of drops in X amount of time is really hard. Now, for David, somebody that is, in the 1%, having X amount of drops in X amount of time is great. He's like a kid on Christmas morning because his bank account is just unlimited. It's like Android 18, with Trunks talking about Android 18, saying that their energy just never ends. It lasts forever. Whereas a lot of people, maybe they only budget a couple $100s a month for this. But again, that's just me. And that's for number 2. So let's see what else we have here. I know I've been talking for about 29 minutes already. We have a bunch of stuff to go over. But let's just go over the past couple days here. It was yesterday. Yeah, let's do this. Or maybe we don't have to. Yeah. Oh, okay. So people were saying, Chavez, you're in the most positions lowered here. And you've never been that before. Chavez, why are you selling certain things? Because me, as Chavicat 5, am now only wallet number 430. Now I'm still in the top 500, but I lost 15 places. I was number 415. I originally was in the top 400. Maybe I was in the top 300. I'm not sure. But now I'm placed 430, and I had sold 13 collectibles last week. It's like, okay, well, Chavez, what's going on? Are you out? are, there's a lot of people that have been out. And be advised, guys, there's a lot of people that have just been liquidated. There's a lot of people that are just they over leverage themselves and they get liquidated, and that's why they have to go out. However, I did go and post before. Some people sell sub 100 Marvel Mighties on Veve for less than 30 gems, and there are some people like me that buy them. I can't wait for OMI to NFT so I can grab even more. If you go and you take a look at some people, they like to press other people's disadvantage, but for me, I like to press my own advantage. If you go to Stacker and you go to Stacker World and go to the leaderboard and you take a look at, let's do it ourselves. Let's do it over here. Okay, on the leaderboard, you can see everyone's ranks, top Veve, top collectibles, and I'm number 315 on Marvel as a whole. However, if you look at these sub 100s of them, I'm actually number 2. I'm the number 2 wallet for sub 100s of Marvels. Marvel collectibles over on Veve. The only one that's beating me is Dr. Profit, he's like the number 3 or 4 wallet over on Veve. He's got tens of thousands of collectibles. He's got 561 sub 100 Marvels. Me, I'm in second place at a mere 152. But that's what I did. That's why you see me selling 13 collectibles last week. That's why I lost 15 spots. It's because I sold a couple of things to get some more sub 100 Marvel Mighties. Now, not all of these are Marvel Mighties. Some of those are just random Marvel stuff. I have a bunch of Alligator Lokis. I have a bunch of other things that I have sub 100s of, but most of them are sub 100 Marvel Mighties. Now, again, let's move on a little bit here. Feasting, community. We have a post from Sleeping Comics saying, "Is it time for a more dramatic and draconian approach? Any unpurchased comics or collectibles older than 30 days should be burned ASAP." Number 2, he says that per my post from a month ago, moving forward, unpurchased drops should be burnt 3 to 7 days after release. Now, one of the reasons why I think that you won't be able to do that is because if you have Marvel saying, "Hey, we have this amount that we would like to sell," and then suddenly we just light some of those on fire, Marvel might not like that. But 3, he says, existing comics with greater than 10,000 mints should be able to be burnt. For every 15 comics of any rarity burnt, you should be issued 10,000 MCP points. I think that's a great idea. 4, existing collectibles should be burnt. 5, any combination of any rarity or collection burnt will be issued 30,000 MCP points. I think that would be great again. Every 15 comics burnt grants you a master burner level. Level 10 plus offers rewards, chance of getting a 1-of-1 signed physical or something like that. I think that'd be great. It wouldn't cost much for David to go and sign something. It could be a piece of paper. We would go nuts for it. 6, every 5 collectibles burns grants you a master burner level. Level 10 plus offers reward. Oh yeah, he just said that. Thoughts? This community burning mechanism gives existing users some control over scarcity and thus potentially increasing value. In addition, if a comic and collectible really falls in value, you can recoup some value by burning it for rewards. Obviously, these are just placeholder numbers. More analysis and modeling would need to be performed, and that's from Sleepin. Now, Sleepin has also posted something before saying, "Love Veve Official, but I have to call a spade a spade. You know, I'm a huge Silver Surfer fan." He had number 41, 42, and 43 Silver Surfer digital collectibles from San Diego Comic-Con in 2022. He says, "But I'm not going for a Fantastic Four number 48 drop. I'll try to buy in the secondary. For me, in the bear market, $20 is too much for a 10,000 mint run." Thought process. Blade, which is arguably a more popular hero, Common is selling for 8 gems with a 5,000 mint run. And I understand 100% what he's saying. Now, you can look at this a couple of different ways. The Fantastic Four one that we got today, number 48, was selling for $20, like you said, 10,000 mint run. Now, it only sold about 2,000 comics out of the 93, 63, or whatever it was. So if you just say, okay, what is 2,000, and you multiply it by 20, now they made $40,000. That's a pretty good day. Agreed. And that's not including the secondary markets as well. But is it a big sellout where things are going, absolutely bananas and everything's above retail? No, it's not. Most things are actually below retail. The common is going for $7.50. The uncommon even less than that for $5.50. The rare is at $12. The ultra rare is actually going above retail at $29. And then the secret rare is obviously going a little bit crazy at $228. I'm just gonna plug my tablet in here, so we're gonna get that. There we go. You there? Okay. Ooh. So again, I think that people would be happier if what they bought wasn't immediately just, less than half of what they paid for it. But again, there's a couple of reasons why. You want to go and you want to gamble. You want to get that secret rare, or you want to get that $1,000 bounty. Commons Crypto had said they had a $1,000 bounty on mint number 1966. So there's two things that you can get. You can get a secret rare, and you can make a couple $100s on this. You can get the ultra rare, and you can make your money back and then some, and then you have a cool cover. You can get a rare and lose a little bit of money, but you could also go in and get that 1966 mint number, which I thought would be, again, really cool. Now moving on here. Where was I? Yep, that was sleeping. Bilderberg in Ohio, Mr. Beast, Spicy. Oh God, there's a couple of things that I just heard from someone. I won't go over that. What's been saying about would be nice. Okay, Disney or Disney would out. All right, so we have somebody called Vegas saying it doesn't seem like Veve or Disney would ever allow interoperability. Wouldn't they lose a great deal of money in success fees? So there's a yes and no to this. Now, the yes is like, okay, they would allow it just because that's what the people want, and when you have enough pitchforks and lighters, up to your goody, up to your bosom, like okay, yeah, let's give you what you want, and obviously that's what the Web3 crowd wants. Now, on the opposite end, yeah, no, they if there's no way to guarantee their licenser fee, they're not going to do it. But I think Flow has a way for them to guarantee that licenser fee. So I think that's why they're allowing Cryptoys to do it. Now, this also does give David another chance to go and say, oh, hey, guess what? Disney, you're giving Cryptoys this thing. My company, my people, my tens of thousands of people that have a lot bigger audience than the Cryptoys thing are saying, hey, why is Cryptoys getting this and not us? Let's renegotiate. It could be like Viceroy, like Padme Amidala talking to Viceroy Gunray saying, like, now, Viceroy, we will discuss a new treaty. Yes, Star Wars reference for the win. That was a little too much Seagrams in that. I had to give a little more ginger ale. Moving on. Yep. Definity real-world asset, narrative, talking. Okay, crypto, additional institutional trading. Council chair. I'm not going to go over that. Okay, this is from, I actually don't know who this is from. I think this is from Mr. MC1 saying, future of collecting is digital for both digital and physical. In the decades to come, I see Veve in one, collectibles, all categories, physical and digital, on and off chain, some transferable and some not, many interoperable and some not, many self-custodial and some not. Number two, system of record for physical collectibles, RWA, which is just real world assets. Three, metaverses with personal and commercial properties, concerts, events, auctions, broadcasts, and rebroadcasts, games, and gambling, maybe. And again, gambling can be done a number of ways. Sports betting. Four, Web3 communities and fandoms, all kinds, socially interacting, influencing, and inspiring, including designing and deploying and maintaining Web3 loyalty and engagement platforms for larger brands. Number five, gamification and gaming of all types. Number six, content publisher in all categories, comics, books, music, art, etc. Number seven, Web3 design house facilitating the above. Number eight, many more you can think of. They have the vision and they have the tenacity to work through a bear market and continuously build. There are a finite set of resources and a big tech type ruthless prioritization that guides which part of the vision gets worked on and when. Additionally, a reprioritization of what gets shelved for a bit to make room for new things that are more eminent and commercially viable right now. Now, if you go on and take a look at what Veve's hiring right now, let's take a look and see where we're at. They are actually not hiring anyone for the first time in what looks like forever. For the first time in forever. Sorry, I really like Frozen. For the first time in forever, the Veve job listings are nil. There are none. Well, what's going on? Is Veve firing people? Are they downsizing? No, if you can only grow for so long, like you, at some point you do experience growing pains, and at some point you do experience different amounts of work that's needed to be done. Now, obviously, a lot of the work has been done over the past couple of years, and much of which in 2023 and 2024. So now that they've done a bunch of the things that they set out to do, they can ease out. They might not need 100 employees to coast for a little bit while they're working on other stuff. Maybe they're downsizing to 80 employees. But again, let's take a look at it. Most companies in the bear market were downsizing, if not flat out just going broke and like bankruptcy. Recur. Excuse me. Sorry, I don't know what that was. But Veve has been growing. Again, the hundreds of millions of dollars that they made in the past couple of years, they didn't just squander that away. Now they've been doing a bunch of stuff with it. How much of which are we going to know what it is, and how much of which is going to stay unannounced to us? I'm not sure. That's got to be up to them. Give me 1 second here. I just got a message. Okay, we're good. Okay, I realize I've been talking for 40 minutes. Let's. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that I need to go over, but we'll save that for another live stream and another video. Let's get to the comments here. There's a lot. Bill Gardner saying, "Let's freaking go. Let's get this bread. I love this game." Thank you, Bill, and thank you for the super chat. Bobby Green says, "I'm so happy for this live stream. It is so negative out there. Oh my God, thank you, Randy." So, first, I have to say that I am in a privileged position where I worked my tail off for, well, forever, but I didn't really start making big boy money up until 2017. And from 2017 through 2020, well, through now, it's been a nonstop grind. Yes, I retired for a little bit, and then obviously, work calls you back. Because I didn't want to go and sell crypto to maintain my lifestyle. I wanted to keep buying some crypto. So that's some things that I've obviously had to do. I've had to go back to work, and now I have this fund that I'm in charge of. I have other things that I'm doing. For me, this is one of the best times ever. There are some things in my portfolio that are pumping, and then there are some things like OMI that is staying absolutely flat. Now, again, the longer that base, the bigger the breakout. So I can take some profits from one thing and put it to another, which is what I might do with Earth-2's Essence if they come out at $1 plus. However, if OMI to NFT is announced and OMI gets a pump and then Earth-2's Essence comes out at like 10 cents, I'll do the opposite and I'll sell some OMI and I'll go and get some more Essence. Again, we'll see. But right now, it's in an episode of Gilmore Girls. Rory Gilmore has a conversation with her mom, Lorelai Gilmore, and she says, "It's shopping week." And it's like, "Shopping week? What is that?" And she says, "Well, we go and we get to try out all the classes that we want to see which ones we like." Now, for anyone that has some dry powder on the side, the last several months, last year, a couple of years has really been shopping week. What projects do you think are going to absolutely go bananas? And what are the prices that they're now? What will they be and what are they right now? And you go and you play those games in your head, you play out those dominoes, and you see that, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And you go and you say, you buy the ones in which you think are going to move. So again, I'm very, very happy. It's really a lot of fun in a bull market when everything's going up. But in a bear market, that's where people really become millionaires and decamillionaires and billionaires, is when you go in and you're able to have some of that dry powder and you're buying all the stuff that's super undervalued. In the bull market, you can't really buy anything. A lot of it is really just deciding where to sell. So again, it's been really fun. BB Zombie says, "Woo!" BB Zombie says, "Yo, hey, what up, Zombie?" Jason Pena says, "Showtime." Yeah, heck yeah. Fernando Jimenez says, "We miss Dashy." Well, Dashy, spelled with a Y, will be back maybe next week. We shall see. All I know is there's a lot of work to do, and I'm here to scoop it all up. Hey, what's up, Sean? How's it going? I think you were actually one of the biggest sellers as well, if I'm not mistaken. Oh God, deny. Where were you here? Yes, you were, Graz. You sold 37 collectibles. You were in the top 3 sellers. Now E Nasty sold 76 and Michael Campa sold 206. But again, when you have people like Bezojman, the #1 wallet on Veve, buying 327 collectibles, and you have Kirby 1988 buying 626 collectibles, and Bounder Yo buying 668 collectibles, a lot of what you did, Sean, is kind of writ small. Selling 37 collectibles is really not that big of a deal. But shout out to you. You are in the top 300 wallets. You're wallet number 225. Godspeed, brother. Love you. Pilar says, "Is that?" Yeah, that's Ralphie, or Haram. Sure. Kulmo says, "Good evening, Randy. Hey, fam. Hey, what up, Kulmo?" Mugar says, "Mbaku. I have a bunch of Mbaku. Let's actually take a look at how much Mbaku I have. I know that sounds like a whine, or it sounds like a how much do you have? No, Mbaku's a Marvel Mighty. Mbaku is someone that um, he's really, really big in the Black Panther Wakanda, metaverse. So Mbaku has 4,200 collectibles total. Out of those 4,200, I have 22 of them. Out of those 22, I have a couple of sub 100. I have numbers 74, 78, 89, 86, 76, that's 5, and 83. I have 6 sub 100 Mbakus. He is one of my favorite. He's just a beast. I love him. There's unfortunately no sub 100s of him right now. If there were, I might consider buying him. Mbaku forever! Thank you, Coolmo, for being a member. That is great. Bill Gardner. Dabs. Coolmo saying something about these mighties. Oh, gotta protect the mighties. Bill Gardner says just stacked a couple more. Sketch Lab. What's up, Randy? What's up? What's up, Sketch Lab? You're an OG, man. I miss you. Good time. So Harambe is Harambe, but yes, we do need a Harambe NFT. Oh God, I would love that. We miss him. We need him. Schedule. What's up, Randy? What's up? What's up, everybody? How's it going? I hope y'all are doing great. I love and miss y'all. Harambe, we hear you. We love him. He's I'm so glad I opened this live with me just having a quick thing for him. Jason Pena says Definity is fully doxed. Yes. One of the reasons I really love Definity is because not only are they just are they fully doxed, but I've interviewed their co-founder and CEO Manu Chowdhury, and again, the volume, although only 86,000, there's been days where the volume was a couple thousand, but now people are recognizing that Definity just has these big institutional investors that will go and buy Definity because Definity has agreements with, officially they have one European bank that's a AA rated, but they're going to have agreements with, unofficially they will have agreements with much more. There's partnerships that aren't announced yet. They will be announced in the next couple of months. Again, Definity is, so in the fund that I'm in charge of, Definity is actually one of the biggest holdings there, because it's so good. Now, if it doubles from here, or when it doubles from here, I might not maybe get that much. Maybe I might get Bumper. Maybe I might get Devi. Maybe I might get a bunch of other things. Well, why not? Well, at that point, if Devi and Bumper and Flow and Senna and Olivia and all these things stay the same, well, maybe at that point I would just reallocate some funds and rebalance. But again, it's whatever. A lot of these things are things I think about all the time, and I go and I choose to keep these things fairly secretive, because if you give away that secret sauce, then you can't make money. Yes, Essence. Essence is likely going to make me tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. Aria Realty will become a millionaire, if not decamillionaire from this. Energy, what's going on? SoCal Woman says, price check. What could I list my number 46 Venomized Iron Man for? I'll let you know right now. Now, typically, if you have a first appearance character that is super popular, okay, well, if it's depending on what it is, common, uncommon, whatever, will determine the multiple of the sub 100. So let's take a look at the Venomized Iron Man. Now, Venomized Iron Man is like the 5th Iron Man that we have, and there's still a bunch left of him in the store. So he's probably only going for like $18 to $20. He's going for $11, so there's no need to go and craft him, and he's a rare. Normally, if he was a first appearance character, I would say, okay, 6x, maybe he'd be $60, $70. But because he's not a first appearance, I would say he'd be even less than that. The cheapest sub 100 of him is actually number 85 for $59. However, yours is a sub 50, which I would say maybe $100 you could sell for him, because that number 85 for 59 is just, it's just there. it's not being bought. So I would say try for 100, and then if it sells, great, and if not, no big deal. Go down to wait a couple days and turn it down to 90. And if it's doesn't sell after a couple days being at 90, then go in and say, okay, I'm gonna sell it at 80, which again is fine. For Beast, the sub 100, cheapest sub 100 is number 81 for 55. For Blob, now most of these are actually selling for, so he's number 74 for 47. Falcon is definitely going to be super cheap, 1974, but his cheapest sub 100 actually it's 105. That's actually a lot. Hawkeye, I literally got a Hawkeye sub 100 for like $20, not Venomized, but it's just a normal one. So anyway, for Hawkeye, let's see here. Oh, a Venomized Hawkeye number 51 is actually $29.92. No, I don't need that, and I don't have the gems for that, but that's actually a really good. That's actually really good. Let's take a look at Magneto real quick. So Magneto is $17 Venomized, but if we took a look at the sub 100s, number 53 is 42, and that's going to be the cheapest. I think the Hawkeye Venomized is probably going to be the best bang for your buck. Do Scarlet Witch, she's $20, so that's pretty much at retail. Number 91 is $48. You know, for me, I'm just not going to do that. All right, then we have Storm Venomized, who's $18. I have a couple of sub 100 Storms non-Venomized. Number 44 is actually $44. I probably should get that, but I won't. Anywho, Fear versus Greed plus Groupthink. If I can quote Qui-Gon Jinn in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, where he says, greed can be a powerful ally. It can. That's really what got me through a lot of difficult times from 2017 through 2021. It's just greed. I wanted to save as much money as I can and make as much money as I can. And what Yoda says, fear is a path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. So you're talking really, really dark side there, Jason Pena. But thank you for being here. Essence is coming. It will come. It'll come in the next couple of days, and we're going to have a field day. I feel bad because there's going to be a bunch of people who are like, oh, 10,000 Essence? It's 10 cents? I have $1,000. I'm going to sell right now. Now, will I still do it? Of course. I'm still going to buy their Essence. Am I going to feel bad, though? A little bit. A little. In transparent instead. Yep, 100%. Always transparent. These will still bug out when we rightfully sell a bit. Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I have no issue in selling, but I'll tell you all what I'm going to sell. Now, if everything goes according to plan, which it might not, but I might have 250 million OMI by the end of next month, or this month, you know, whenever that happens. But for the if I get that, great, and if not, no big deal. 183 million, 186 million, however much I have is fine. But in the interim, because of the fund that I'm in charge of, the way all of my tokens are going to go up, it's not going to matter because I'm going to get a percentage of what they. I'm going to get a percentage of what they make, and it's. I will consider it a big fail. I will consider it a fail on my part if I'm not decamillionaire within the next 18 to 24 months. Still got OMI, around 570 peeps, stake 10 million OMI. Very good. A lot of OMI. Still got OMI. Homie says top 1,300 wallets holds 72% of circulating supply. Cheers. Bam Bam says, another great video. Oh, Fam Bam, thank you so much. I love you. I love you. I'm going to shoot you a text message right now that's going to say, heart. Give you 5 hearts over there. Probably this. I want a partners as an account. I want first Batman. It's a reso. They're gonna get close to buying, but promise large number of purchases. We'll have to wait. OMI to NFT. Hang on. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Winky face. Okay. To get 1 million users by end of year, it needs 4.2 thousand joining each day. So I don't think we're going to have that. Can we put again? It's going to be depending on when the narrative changes. So I'll go in and I'll read you guys something. I'll read you guys something that maybe I shouldn't read, but I'm going to because that's what I do. 0. Okay. No, wrong one. Wrong one. Sorry. Fighting didn't look good. Open the app. Okay, hang on. It's going to be after this. There's a buddy of mine that said, reading the room wouldn't be a problem if the demand was there. The real issue is lack of demand. Blackpink proved this because Veve was promoted to hundreds of millions of people, and the girls have a cult following which didn't convert. The real conclusion that no one wants to talk about is there is almost no demand for digital collectibles. It's a niche that continues to get smaller. If Veve made 100 more mistakes or miscalculations, it wouldn't matter as long as there's demand for the product. The real issue, and there's no easy fix or tweak or feature, demand is black and white. There's just no demand. Everyone on Twitter talks about too much supply or confusing mechanics. They're lying to themselves because none of that would matter if there was demand. Sorry to say it, but it's a fact, and this is the reason why I'm liquidating my entire collection. Now, this is from a friend of mine. Now, my response to this was saying, like, I agree that there's not a lot of demand right now, but you have to look deeper than that. Why is there no demand? Well, the narrative hasn't hit yet. Okay, will that narrative hit? Like everything else in crypto, it goes in cycles. And the NFT narrative will hit again. Do we know when? No, but it will happen before the bull market is over. I think selling at the bottom is silly, but we have our own decisions to make. But again, that's just my opinion. Now, this person says, is it David and Dan's fault? No, not as much as you'd think. There's no demand for the category. So no matter what they do, even in the bull market, when Bitcoin is 70,000 and ETH is at almost 4K, it doesn't matter. If there was demand for the category, these mistakes or miscalculations wouldn't appear as such because the demand would overtake them. People may disagree, and I may be historically wrong. But there is a time value to money, and I don't see a way for them to create demand for a category where there is no interest. Now, again, for me, I have seen a lot of people be liquidated over these past couple of years. And this person that I'm reading from is most likely liquidated as well because a lot of people tend to over leverage themselves. And what happens when you over leverage yourself? Well, you need to pinch your pennies. You need to see, and you need to scrimp and save. And some people that might be on the Olympic scrimping team can do that. And what's the way to do that? Okay, Veve and OMI has done nothing the last couple of years. They've only gone down. Let me sell before it goes down further. Now, what is this? Well, we talked about this before, maybe 30, 40 minutes ago when we talked about people being tribal and people having, mass hysteria. Now, this also has something to do with something called recency bias. Recency bias is something where people say, like, oh, this has been happening the last 6 months. It's going to continue to happen. So let me go in and sell now. And yes, recency bias can sometimes be a factor and can sometimes be an ally where you see, hey, everybody's dropping dead from this disease. Let me prevent myself from getting that disease. Again, it's ingrained in our brains. But our brains also think that we need to continuously boink to make sure the species doesn't go extinct. But our monkey brains haven't caught up with society. Society says that, okay, we maybe don't need to breed as much. But that's where our limbic system has a lot of fun. Our limbic system says, hey, let us boink as often as possible because we need to breed to save the species, not knowing that we don't really need to do that. A lot of people in that same breath will be like, okay, Everybody's selling. Let us sell. A lot of people saying like, hey, this thing has been going down for X amount of months. Let me sell because it will go down further. Now, could Veve and OMI go down further? Sure. And is anyone that's trying to time the market, are they going to time the market consistently? No. Can they time the market once or twice? Sure. Will they time that market consistently? No, they won't. If they would, they'd be working for Allegheny, they'd be working for Berkshire Hathaway, they'd be working for Warren Buffett, but they're not. Again, take a look at the people that are selling and that are footing, and then take a look at the people that are saying like, hey, I'm going to go and continuously buy everything that I see because the prices now are silly and they'll be really, really big in the future. Take a look at those people, both of those people, because the people that are selling and the people that are footing, typically you don't want to be like that person. The people that are buying are the people that are going and saying like, hey, I have enough dry powder on the side, I have a lot of money, and why are they buying? Now, there is some truth to the saying like, oh, money goes to money. There is some truth to that. Now, a lot of the times is that it's money just goes from the inpatient to the patient. It doesn't go from the poor to the rich. It mostly goes from the inpatient to the patient. And the patient tend to have a track record that's better than the inpatient. And if you take a look at the patient, again, my friend Vinny used to say, you see somebody and they have a lot. If you want what they have, do what they've done. If you do what they've done, you will one day have what they have. Take a look at the fudders. What do they have? Not a lot. Again, like I say this all the time, whenever Veve has an announcement from like Sesame Street or for any type of category, whatever it's in, and they go and they say, okay, well, we have this announcement, and that announcement tends to go and grant them access to an audience. Now, a lot of that audience will say like, oh, let's say Sesame Street. Sesame Street is coming out with NFTs and life has only gotten worse. It's like, okay, take a look at those people that are totally anti-NFT without knowing what NFTs are. And granted, some of what they say are correct. There are a decent amount of NFTs that are not good for the environment. But what Veve has, because they're on Immutable X and they're carbon neutral, actually a lot of the carbon buybacks that they do make them actually positive for the environment. They're net positive for that environment. But again, take a look at those people that are saying, oh, and Sesame Street is doing NFTs and everything is worse now. And then take a look at the people saying like, hey, this is the future, and take a look at who you want to be like. Now, if I can quote Good Charlotte, do you really want to be like them? And the answer is no, you don't. Because again, take a look at the type of people that are saying that. No, that's right. Oh, what's up, Veve Wheels? How's it going? I was saying, just done by the chill, bruh. Been making some pretty good moves. Get that bread, Sean. The no Q says no LP for E2, right? Liquidity pool? Is that what you mean? We're not sure what exchange or exchanges it's going to be on, but we'll see. Obi Kenobi saying, I sell 2,250 Sidroids a month. Oh my God. Dude, Obi, this is the power of Earth 2. It's like when you go and you talk about like My Hero Academia, where they're looking at All Might fighting all these villains in the first season. Like, this is the power of superheroes. This is what it means to be a top hero. This is what it means to be part of Earth 2. People selling 2,250 Sidroids a month. Earth 2 Pokemon, the real Professor Oak, says no, not 18 billion. I'm not sure what he's referencing there. So got Homie says, what do you get for 2,250 Sidroids? Well, it depends what you sell them for. Bill Garner says, Kenobi. What up, OG? MKT says, the only narratives we have been having since 2021 is soon. That's actually false. There's a lot of narratives that have been going on. But again, you have the Bitcoin narrative, you have the Ethereum narrative. Now, you've had the Bitcoin ETFs, Bitcoin being approved. You have some of the Bitcoin ETFs being approved. You've had Donald Trump going out and saying, hey, we're going to go out and we're going to approve all this Bitcoin. We're going to free Ross which Ross has been imprisoned wrongfully for about 11 years. And he goes and says, like, do we want China to get, number one in crypto? No, we don't. We want America to be number one in crypto. And that makes a whole lot of sense. That goes in line with what he's been saying. So I think he'll actually be a friend of crypto. So if I'm going to like, share, and ask a question via Super Chat, yes, 100%, whatever you'd like. I'm unfortunately 57 minutes behind. Kurt Lang says, Randy rocks the cusp. Thank you, Kurt. Bogar says, yeah, I don't know. Where is he? Where's he at? Where Lilith? Lilith will be on the podcast within the next couple of weeks. Let me actually go and message her right now. I'll go and message her 4th or 6th, possible of next week. So let me go. I'll let them know they're excited. The 4th or 6th of next week is when she'll be here. Yeah, if 10 cents, I will put in $100,000 over to Essence. If it's 50 cents, I'll stay fairly neutral. If it's $1 or more, I'll sell some. If it's like $10, I'm going to sell. Got it, $10, $400,000. I'll sell half. Jesus. Now I'm obviously going to want a bunch of Essence for the actual game because that'll help me get more money in the future and that'll have that residual income. I'll keep you all posted. Yes, 100% Essence to the moon. Earth 2, 100%. I miss Boy Meets World. Oh, Boy Meets World is such a great show, right? I actually miss Topanga. Oh my God, she is. That whole, yes, 100,000%. Also, if we get 11 more people here, we'll have 420 viewers. Bill Garner saying Boy Meets World was so good. Agreed, 100,000% was. And ours says, hey Randy, I want OMI price to be low until August. We might get that, we might not. We're not 100% sure. It could go up next month, or it could not go up until the next, 6 to 8 months. We have no idea. Last time, NFT narrative didn't really hit until the end of the bull market, but we had OMI hit twice because one, you had the first time it hit was because you had Logan Paul, you had Crypto R Us, you had Ben Armstrong, you had a bunch of people. They probably spent a couple $100,000 going and saying, hey, market for us. And they did. Then you had Andre Jick, then you had Stephen Schmel, whatever his name was. You had a bunch of people go and talk about it. Then you had me, you had Cavell, you had Earth 2 Mastery, you had every single person in the entire world going and talking about OMI. And Veve, obviously. And then you had that digital collectibles narrative, which hit at the end of the bull market. After you had Marvel, after you had Disney, you had all of that. But now I think Veve can hit one of two ways. They could hit with marketing. They could hit with influencer marketing. They can go and they can hit with the NFT narrative, and they could hit with the metaverse narrative. There's a lot of things that they could hit. We're just not 100% sure which one or how long it'll go for. The Galactic Secret is so sweet. It is. It is sweet. Slowly. Slow but steady. Who's Bill Gardner? Oh, well, he's the Bay. We love him. Shout out to 420 people viewing here. Laro Tayo PH says, good morning from, I don't know what flag that is, but good morning, senor. Lone Wolves, Earth 2 peeps. Bill Gardner saying, had a Kenobi, only a Padawan compared to the great Sidroid flipping Kenobi. He's talking about Padawan learners, as in just, people from the from Star Wars. Iron Man LG said, I submitted a suggestion to Veve that they should partner with a ticketing agency to make possible to buy tickets through Veve. Solves a bunch of challenging that's going on right now. Agreed. There is a ton of stuff that could happen. Will it happen? We're not sure. 420 blaze it. Let me just put the Snapchat. 420 blaze it. Oh God, I look so disgusting, but I'm gonna send it. Program says bought 3 Todds this week under 400 gems each. Thought it was a pretty good price. That is a great price. You are just the man. We love you. Lagarde says I have over 80 M'Baku and Cool Mo has like 170-ish. I do not have a lot. Shout out to y'all. Program says I bought 6 Superman under 180 gems each, under average, very low. Oh my God, good for you. That is absolutely bananas. Chris Ashby says Bumper, Devi, Illuvium. You are basically a rainmaker. Now, me and Crypto Rain agree on a lot of things. We're pretty much a Venn diagram where he has his circle of things that he invests in. I have my circle of things that I invest in, but there's a lot of things that overlap. So yes, Bumper, Debbie, and Illuvium are something that he really likes. I'm pretty sure he likes Definity as well, maybe Flow, but we'll see. Oh, yes, Global Folklore Short says Essence. Essence. We are 100% on the brink of being on something absolutely insane. Nobody knows what it is until it happens. And again, green candles beget green candles. So those green candles will bring in more people, which will give us more green candles on that essence. So I just remembered I have the Batman Who Laughs emblem, number 41. Curious what it would actually sell for. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what it would sell for. Oh, God. Let's go to my full sets here. Now, that Batman emblem, just because that was made by the mint numbers and the price had influence from silicone. Let's see what. Yeah, I'll never sell mine. It's $6 as an uncommon, so let's say $40 something. Oh wow, you can actually get a number 98 for $30. If that wasn't there, I would say you could probably sell yours for hundreds of dollars, but we'll see. Well, it says, more proud to own the set of Mighties. The last few sets were pricey with low mint, causing chaos with Black Panther's venomized ones. Agreed. Agreed 100%. I'm proud to have all of them as well. Batman Who Laughs, emblem number 41. Got that from crafting. Not sure what it would be. Oh, okay. Oh, it was the Batman Who Laughs, not the Batman. Never mind. I have no idea what that would sell for. Yeah, what happened with that guy? Did he bounce? He has been super silent. Wait, who? Who are we talking about here? Who are we talking about? Bill Garner, Sean, buying that dip. There's so many deals on Veve. I guess now that you're making profit by allocating money into coins other than OMI, you're saying Ron was bad for saying saw better profits elsewhere now that you're buying the coins he mentioned. I don't think I'm buying any coins that Ron mentioned. I don't talk to Ron. We don't talk to each other. I have no idea what he's buying. If me and him are buying some of the same things, it is by pure accident. If I'm buying the same thing as him, again, it is by pure accident. But no, OMI is going to be one of the biggest returners that I have. Truck and Hank is still here. Yeah, what up, Truck and Hank? How's it going, fam? Meow. Ezra Bloom says, Veve makes millions every month. Now OMI price is going down. Now Veve is a success. The team doesn't respect the role that OMI investors had in its growth. Yes, they do. David's biggest thing, the biggest thing on David's plate this year is the OMI token. And he's again, even if we didn't say that, we can always expect people to act in the way that interests themselves. Now, David and Dan and Dr. Profit are the highest OMI holders, having tens of billions. They have about 30 billion each. So obviously, it would behoove them to go in and make the OMI price run, because as the OMI price runs, they're going to make hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. So obviously, they are super incentivized to make it run. I guarantee you they are. No me culpa. I don't know what it means. The cat in the house. So I've worked with a bunch of crypto projects. The cat is one of my favorite because the cat is one thing that I have actually input on and help write the actual comic for that. Now you might be like, hey, Chavez, it's up about 8% today. That's nothing compared to Definity, but it is still up 8% on the day. And it is still something that's over $1 million market cap. Gotta love it. There's so much utility with that token. Love it. Didn't know yes, I read the chat. I read every single part of the chat. What's up, Veve fandom? I love you so much. He reads, yes, I do read everything. Crazy Enforcer is looking forward to the Earth 2 Essence launch. Price. I don't know if there'll be enough liquidity. It depends where we list them. I would say that there's going to be, at first, more sellers than buyers. Then as people say, like, oh, wait, they have metaverse? Oh, wait, they have something that is not just a metaverse, but they have something that is, well, let me just go and take a picture of that. They have something that is for land and for money and investing and gaming, and they're going to hit so many different narratives. Philippines. Oh, yo, what up? Philippines. I don't speak Tagalog, but hi. Veve Digital Collectibles is wishing you a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, Veve Digital Collectibles. Thank you so much for being on here. The 458 people that are also here, shout out to them. Let's go, Lone Wolves. good to see you here. Yes, we love them. Bill Garner says, Veve, is that MC in the house? We love him. Guys, that's it for me. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I might be out of space in a bit. I have to pee. I love you guys. All right, goodbye. Bye. Meow, 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 meow. Thank you for the super chats. Meow, meow, meow. End of stream.